been progressing? Obviously, you're doing a lot of heavy lifting, trying to get some yardage, but you're out there getting reps and experience.
Yeah, I think it's progressing well. We're right where we need to be. I mean, we're gonna continue to get better. We've gotten better, and it starts with me. Like, I got to continue to get better on my reads and everything, and really get things going.
There's a statistic out there, Ashton, that you've dealt with the most contact to get your yards at like literally 101%. Have you seen these stats, and how do you think you've performed despite that?
I mean, I've heard people saying it, but I'm not really paying attention to it. But I think regardless, no matter of the fact, like, I think I've been doing a good job, but there's a lot of room for improvement, and that will continue to happen.
How do you start that progression and continuing that, especially with like the mental space? We were talking with Gino about sometimes it takes like just having that mental space to be able to progress. How do you see that working with your progression in the NFL?
It's a mindset to me. It's like, you can either look at the negative all the time and, what you did wrong and, just take it as, you're not good enough, you can't make these plays. Or you can look at it as a learning lesson of like, hey, I made these mistakes, but I can learn from these and, be better. That rule of like, don't make the same mistake twice. So just taking that responsibility and initiative to, get better and improve.
How much does it help you to have a veteran like Gino to be able to speak with and work with it through some of these things?
It helps a lot. I mean, Gino, he's a great leader. He's been playing at a high level, and he's bringing us all along, whether it's mentally or through the X's and O's. So it's great to have somebody like that.
Probably doesn't blitz a ton, but what have you seen from them defensively in terms of how they try and tackle you guys offensively in the passing game?
Yeah, I mean they're an aggressive tackling team. They got a lot of great guys on the defense. I think they do a good job in the passing game, but I definitely think us and with what we've been doing, the guys we got at receiver, we can definitely take advantage.
Through 3 career games in the NFL, what has the adjustment been like when it comes to pass protection?
I'd say just recognizing what's happening quicker. You know what I'm saying, and so that when the ball snaps, you know exactly who you got. There's no hesitation, because guys are coming off that ball quick. But at the same time, the ball does get out a lot quicker. But, yeah, I think just recognizing, executing it, and then guys a little more physical, you could say. But I just think it just comes down to fundamentals and details, and technique.
What does it mean for you when you get to lower your shoulder and hit someone? Because you're a physical running back. You're not that finesse dude. You're that physical dude.
I mean, it setting the tone. That's what it is. Like, the style of playing and the identity of us as a team. Like, we're gonna be a physical football team, and I feel like it starts with me in the run game. Setting that tone, and then throughout the course of the game, guys aren't gonna want to tackle you if you bring that, and then that's when you set it up to be able to make guys miss.
Speaking of taking care of your body, Chip Kelly was talking about load management and being able to keep you fresh throughout an entire season. What were your thoughts on that? And just obviously going into a fourth quarter and not feeling like your body's taking a toll.
Yeah, I mean, whatever the coaches, the guys leading us think is best for us and the team, I'm all for it. It doesn't matter, so I'm willing to do whatever it takes for the team to win, and it feels good, I'll say, to be, fresh coming into the fourth quarter, definitely.
How's it for you learning the offensive line, learning how their style of blocking, and also them learning you?
Yeah, I mean, it's an everyday thing of, building chemistry, and it doesn't happen overnight. So it's continuing to communicate with them and them communicating, me telling them what I see and them telling me what they see, and that's only going to make us better as a team.
There were some mock drafts out there that had you pegged to the Bears. That was one of the more popular spots for you. I mean, is there any kind of added motivation, just kind of like, you didn't end up lasting until the Bears, but just, having that mentality?
I mean, I wouldn't say any extra. I mean, I'm ready to play football, man. Ready to go dominate whoever it is.